The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Mingy Beef Jerky, Pannell Swim Shop, P-Rats, PrepSpin.com, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.
Hello, welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report. Gary Ball with Tom Viney from Pannell Swim Shop. Great to have you back in this week.
Thanks for letting me be here.
You always bring great swimmers in here.
Love being here.
Today on the show, Damon Kelly is in from West Jessamine. He's got a great basketball team this year. He always has good basketball teams at West Jessamine.
Very guard heavy. This is going to be a very fast team and fun to watch.
They are guard heavy. And our scholar athletes are from Henry Clay. Kia Thompson, she happens to be one of the top scorers in the 11th region. She's averaging nearly 28 points. She's in with Maddie Kaufman, Lauren Thomas, and of course their coach Eric Sanford. He does a great job there at Henry Clay.
Combination of great athletics and great academics. A really good story.
Yeah, I think two of those three girls in have 4.0s, and the other, she's got a 3.83, so pretty good.
That's impressive.
And the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week as we head down to Sutherland Chevrolet and look at that Drive of the Week. And also our Pannell swimmers, they're from, I believe they're from Boyle County. You've got some great young ladies and young men in.
Absolutely. So coming out of the pool, just doing great work in the classroom as well. So this is going to be a good couple to talk to.
And they've got great GPAs, of course.
Oh, 4.0s across the board.
Yeah, that'll do it. And Rick Morris is in from UK Sports Medicine. Of course, he'll keep us in the game as always here on the Scholastic Ball Report, our title sponsor. But we know what you want. You want the best highlights in the state of Kentucky. We call it game time here at WKYT. These highlights brought to you by Central Bank.
We tip off our boys and girls basketball coverage with a future Wildcat, Dante Allen.
Yeah, Allen coming up yet another 50-point performance after dropping 53 on Wednesday at Robertson County. In fact, Allen has scored 50 or more points in 4 of Pendleton County's 8 games this season. His averaging tonight is 43.4 points per game coming into tonight's game. The Dante Allen Show making a stop in Cynthiana this evening, and right away, he scores the Wildcats' first points of the game. Little step back three, nothing but nylon. Back the other way, Harrison County's Thomas Thompson sees a lane, gets to the hoop and gets the harm. But once again, this was the Dante Allen Show. Watch this, pulling up from Paris, seeking the triple, and then in transition, little step back from the top of the circle. Folks, he can really score. Not much you can do to stop that. 49 points tonight, 17 rebounds. He can play some defense as well, sending that layup into the front row. Pendleton County prevails. You know, kind of an off night, only had 49. Couldn't quite get to 50 tonight, 91 to 55. We now shift our focus to the ladies, beginning with a matchup right here in the city. Henry Clay visiting Lafayette tonight. Second quarter, Tiana Sanford. Nice look inside to Macy Goff. Easy too. Goff led all scores tonight. She had 20. At the other end, Madison Cox drains the open three. Just like that, Lady Devils, she had 7 points. Then on the kick out, Lindy DeBille's in. Answers with a 3 for the Generals. Rattles it home, 9 points, 10 boards for her. Game was tied at 24 at the half, but Henry Clay pulls away, led by 17 from Amaya Jenkins. They take it 59-37.
Welcome back into our team of the week. It is West Jessamine from over in Nicholasville, Kentucky. Thanks to Roberts Insurance. They're over in Richmond on Main Street. They insure 3/4 of this great state of Kentucky. With us, Damon Kelly and the West Jessamine coach. Always great having you on the show, Coach.
Thank you, Gary. We appreciate being here.
What do you attribute to the fast start by your basketball team this year?
Well, we've got 6 seniors this year, a lot of experience back from last season's team. We've got some talented underclassmen to go along with them. You know, we expect to be competitive every year in the region, and we feel like this year, you know, we've got as good a chance as anybody if we come together as a team.
Coach, these are some of your top performers on the team. Tell us who you brought with you.
I've got Braden Fomas, Yalen Woods, and Dalton Bruner with me tonight. The 3 seniors are Michael Thalaker, Mason Blackford, and Brandon Childers. But these guys they're all starters. They're guys that we count on to to play big minutes for us every night, give us a lot of production, and for us to be the team we want to be, they're going to have to be our main guys throughout the year.
Braden, let's start with you if you don't mind. Is that okay with you? Okay. You are a top rebounder on the team. You're also one of the top free throw shooters on the team percentage-wise. You have just an all-around game. Does this describe you, your game?
Well, my first 3 years, actually, I was one of the worst free throw shooters. And off season, I had to really work on my game. And I'm not as big as a normal 5, but I got to play big, so I got to do what I got to do to win.
Yeah.
Jalen, what do you feel your role is on the team and why?
I feel as my role is to bring a lot of energy, play hard on the defensive end, and shoot it well.
And Dalton, you were one of the preseason 12th region top players of the year. You were like there was a top 10 list. You were in every one of those top 10 lists. Congratulations for that. That means you got game. You've lived up to that billing too. And how hard is that to live up to that hype?
It's pretty hard, but I hold my teammates to a high expectation, and they make me better every single day, and we just have high expectations for West Jessamine.
Coach, the 12th region is really hard to get out of. How do you think you'll do this year?
Well, you're right. It's always very competitive. It's pretty wide open this year. There's Danville and Wayne County and Lincoln County are probably the top 3, but us, Mercer County, Pulaski County, and I'm sure I'm leaving somebody out. On any given night, any of us can win it. And last year was a perfect example. Southwestern was not considered to be a regional threat coming into the postseason, and they had a great run that week and walked away with the title and got to play in Rupp. And it just shows that no matter what happens during the regular season, you just got to be playing your best basketball at the right time.
That's all it takes is a good run. You know that from back in your Lafayette days. Remember when you guys had that great run?
Yeah, good memories there, yes.
That's right. And Coach Mingy Beef Jerky will present you with the Mingy Beef Jerky. Thank you for coming on. Thanks, guys, for coming on the show. Good luck the rest of the year, and we hope to see you on Prep Spin this year too, okay?
Yes,
good luck this year. That's the West Jessamine Colts. We'll be back with our scholar athletes from Henry Clay High School. With Abby Rasmussen, Gary Ball. Abby's from Lafayette High School, and of course from Henry Clay High School, our Scholars of the Week, our most popular segment because it highlights young ladies, young men doing great things in the classroom. And Coach, it doesn't get much better than these young ladies. Let's start with Kaya. You're averaging 27.5 points a game, but that doesn't begin to start it. You got a 4.0 in the classroom there at Henry Clay, which is a tough curriculum. We know how tough that school is. How do you maintain and work all that out?
Just prioritizing, balancing out school, basketball, and free time.
Not much free time, though, is there?
Maddie, with a 3.83, what excites you most about your Henry Clay days?
Just getting to play basketball at the end of the day.
Lauren, how do you make school a priority and keep such a high grade point average there playing sports for the Lady Blue Devils and everything?
I think it's just making time for each one and going my hardest at basketball and then also going hard in my studies.
And Coach, these girls are performing well in class and on the court.
Absolutely. They're fantastic kids, but they know it's bigger than basketball at the end of the day, so we're extremely proud of them.
Kaya, what will you do post? I know you've said you're going to West Virginia State, but what will you do post high school as far as your studies and curriculum and all that?
My major is sports study.
Sports studies? That's a good major.
And then Maddie and Lauren, you guys both have plenty of time to figure that out.
Talk to us about that.
Well, I want to go and play college basketball.
Yeah.
I don't really know where I want to go, but I've been looking at Kentucky because I think it's such a wonderful program, and I love the basketball that they play there.
And Coach, Henry Clay with that IB program they've got there, that baccalaureate program, all the other studies, it'll always be a great, academic school. We see that from these young ladies. Talk to us about the great
absolutely.
academics.
I'm a graduate of Henry Clay myself, class of '98, so I'm a little biased. But it's a fantastic school. Academics are fantastic. They engage kids, challenge kids, and I love it.
And it starts with the principal there.
Absolutely.
I know you got a great principal at Henry Clay.
Oh,
and,
Mr. Little's great.
Yeah, Mr. Little, and of course Jake Bell used to be there on down the line.
Oh yeah.
Who was there when you were there?
Well, Miss Peoples. She was the first African American principal there. So she was there when I was there, and you know, they had a couple changes during that time. But Henry Clay's always had a fantastic tradition, and that's what we pride ourselves on.
Well, Ryan Tyson, if you pass that down, Kaya, to your teammates there, and he will present. If you'll take that to Crown Trophy, he'll put your name on there in school for no charge. Congratulations for being our Scholastic Ball Report Scholar Athletes of the Week, keeping up the great grades. I know you have a 4.0 and I think 3.83, 4.0 here. Coach, I tell you, that just kind of sums it up there at Henry Clay High School. These are great scholar athletes from Henry Clay. Now we're going to the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
Let's take a look at our Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week, and we turn to LCA senior Kyle Rode, who entered the ball game with Boyle County needing 22 points to tie Andy Green for the school's all-time mark. The decisive basket coming on this drive to the lane with the left hand. Kyle Rode, he is the new all-time leading scorer in LCA history, and that is our Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
And welcome back into our Pannell Swim Shop segment with Tom Viney, Gary Ball, and Boyle County's in the house. How about that, Mr. Viney? Boyle County.
Absolutely. Love bringing in our swimmers from Boyle County. They do a great job there. We've got a great coach, and they've got swimmers that are just continue to perform in and out of the pool.
Right. 4.0s, I understand, are in order here.
Absolutely. So Coach Ellis, tell us a little bit about these two swimmers you brought with you today.
So Allie and Jack have swam for the high school for 3 or 4 years now. Started as freshman and sophomore. So they're great athletes, great leaders. So they just do amazing things in and out of the classroom, in the water. So we have a lot of goals this year for them. So
that's great.
Looking forward to it.
So Allie, one of the things I really liked hearing about you was leadership. That's really good. Talk a little bit about that role for you on the team.
I think swimming, since it seems like an individual sport, you know, you're the one in the water doing, it's not like a soccer team or something. It's important to have like a strong team bond. So being a leader is important, and like kind of like joining that bond together within the team. So it makes it like a good environment.
And Jack, what did you enjoy the most about being a swimmer at Boyle County?
I feel like the thing I enjoy the most is every year we get so many new people, and that close team bond that we all get, I really, really, really enjoy. And I also like traveling all to the meets. We just have a great time. And
you got
awesome.
a 4.0 too, I understand.
Do.
So, goodness.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what are the goals for the remainder of this year?
Yeah.
I think my personal goal is to make it to the finals of regions again, and then get a team region championship hopefully, and just be a team leader.
Great. And then with me, this past year we lost quite a bit of seniors, and those were a lot of our relays. So one of my biggest goals this season is to really build that relay back up, and I'm excited to see that happen.
That's great.
I see great things happening in Boyle County with Coach Ellis at the helm there at Boyle County. Thank you all for coming in very much, and good luck this year. We'll be keeping track of you, and hope you bring home the state championship.
Thank you. Thank you.
No pressure there.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the Boyle County swimming and diving team with their coach. And now we're going to the UK Sports Medicine segment. Welcome back into UK Sports Medicine segment with Maddie Davis, Gary Ball, and Ricky Morris joins us. Always great having you on the show. We got some really good informative topics today. We're going to talk about infections. Let's go right ahead into that.
Okay, so what are some of the most common infectious skin conditions athletes may encounter, and how do they spread?
So for athletes, you know, you see mostly either bacterial infections, which like staph, you know, everybody hears of staph, and even MRSA, which is kind of a, you know, stronger version of staph. Or fungal infections tend to happen, you know, ringworm, things like that, just from the skin-to-skin contact and sharing equipment and things throughout the sports season.
What can be done to prevent the spread of these infections?
I think kind of when I was talking about how you kind of get it from sharing equipment, you know, washing your equipment, keeping it clean, kind of limiting sharing if you can, you know, if that's an option. You know, washing hands regularly, just the same as you would do hygiene for anything else. You know, making sure you're washing your practice clothes regularly as well as taking showers, and just kind of trying to keep yourself clean at all times.
So the key thing is cleanliness.
Yeah.
Keep everything clean, wash it, your hands.
Athletes are sweating, you know, winter being wrestling season, you're rolling around on the mats, you're in close, you know, with your teammates all the time. So just, you know, if your activity and all that's going up a notch, you kind of got to bring the hygiene up a notch as well.
I mean, that's important stuff. I mean, because if you keep those hands washed too, you can stay away from a lot of infections, right?
Yeah, you'll, you know, end up kind of staying away from the cold and flu and everything else that's kind of going around this time of year too.
That's Ricky Morris. Let's get the website up there, the UK Sports Medicine, and of course orthopedic surgery. We'll have Dr. Wedrick on next week. She's going to talk to us about the shoulders. 218-3131 is the number. They got the walk-in clinic every Monday through Friday, 7 o'clock in the morning there. So that's a great deal there. And now we're going to these final highlights, and these highlights brought to you by Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
All right, welcome back. We head over to the capital city now. Crosstown rivals hooking up over on Ewing Street.
One of my favorite places, the F.D. Wilkinson Arena for Franklin County and Frankfort.
Santa,
hey, what's up? I got a few things I need. Back and forth matchup, or should I say up and under?
Like
Jared Courtney with the sweet reverse. The Panthers start launching threes. Wanye Frank will let it fly. And then a couple of trips later, he will drive. The ball eventually finds its way to the hands of Will O'Brien, and he shoots it like the head coach taught him how to. How about one more for good measure? The Flyers' Joe Metter. He ain't scared. 3 is good, but Frankfort, they swept Franklin last year. Win tonight, 83-65.
A rematch of last season's 40th District Championship, in which Clark County beat Paris by 3 in overtime. Much different result tonight.
I was there for that one.
Caleb Johnson follows up the miss on the putback. Paris, they were down big at that point. Clark County was rolling in the first half. That's Brennan, Canada, pulling up in transition for the triple. The lead was 19. Paris trying to get one more shot off before the half. Johnson once again gets it to go, but folks, this was all Clark County tonight, 67-31.
Hallelujah, someone at Wayne County, they have used the dunking cardinal. That is state law if you're a Cardinal. That's just awesome. Danville and Wayne County, and the Cardinals in the first. Aubrey Weaver cuts down the lane. That's the first bucket of the game. And then it's Thomas Spencer on the wing, the drive for 2. Cards up by 4 at the other end. Off the miss, Deshad St. Martin with the board. Muscles it up with the putback, cuts into the Wayne County advantage. And then Riley Lark, ball down low. Wait for it. The turn. Bank is open from the tough angle. Danville pulls it out, 60-57.
And, of course, we thank Damon Kelly and Wes Jessamine. They were on this show. Great basketball team over there at Wes Jessamine. Henry Clay Blue Devils, the Lady Blue Devils, were our scholar athletes. Those young ladies, 4.0. 3.8 was the lowest, and 4.0. So they're doing quite well in the classroom.
Yes, students. Absolutely.
And in Boyle County, the swimmers that Tom Viney brought in, they both had 4.0 grade point averages. I mean, that's where it's at.
Yeah.
Because if you're not making the grades, then
academics come first.
That's right.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter if you play what sport you play. If you're not making the grades, you're not going to be on the field. And next week we got a very special guest. Pendleton County will be in the studio, and you know what that means. Dante Allen, the #1 basketball player in the state. He's averaging 42 points a game, 16 rebounds. And yes, John Calipari wants him. He's already signed him at the University of Kentucky. He's one of the nicest young men you'll ever meet. He'll be in with Keaton Belcher, his head coach there at Pendleton County. Looking forward to that.
Yes, he's a phenomenal player.
Yeah, phenomenal. And that's all coming up next week on the show. And we'll have more scholar athletes. And Dr. Wedrick will be with us talking about shoulders. As always, on the Scholastic Ball Report, for those you see and those you don't see,
keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report was sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Mingy Beef Jerky, Pannell Swim Shop, P-Rats, PrepSpin.com, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.